use this advanced power of trade to make at least $50 per day. In this video, I will teach you the simple power of trade you can use on 1 minute time frame or 5 minutes time frame without wasting your time. This is one of the most profitable scalping strategy you can ever lay your hands on. And the why reason I'm sharing this is that it's the strategy I'm using now currently, and it has been profitable. I want to share with you guys. So let's move down to the business. So guys, this strategy, we are just making use of 2 time frames, 1 hour and 5 or 1 minute time frame. We identify buyers in 1 hour time frame and execute in 5 minutes or 1 minute, depending. Reason why we use 5 or 1 minute is that sometimes 5 minutes will not give you clear identification of market structure shift. You can move down to 1 minute time frame, maybe you may see it clearly, for you not to make any mistake. That's why we are using this 5 or 1 minute time frame. So before we start, remember how the market moves. For those of you who have been following this channel, it's not a new thing to you. I always tell you that price moves from internal range liquidity to external, from external to internal, from internal to external. So this is how markets operate. It will never be always in this form. You can equally see price in a range, or you see price in a downtrend, right? So this is what you'll be expecting each day or anytime you open your chart. Here is our internal range liquidity, and we have external range liquidity. Here is support, which is buy side liquidity, and here is resistance, which is sell side liquidity. Same thing when price is in downtrend. Here becomes our internal range liquidity, and here becomes our external range liquidity. So finding your buyers must be in those key zones. If your bias is outside this zone, the odd is against you, and this 70%. So when the odd is against you to the percentage of 70%, there is fear and emotion trading in such high risk zone. So take note. People will counter this idea, but I'm telling you based on experience what I do to win every day. Let me walk you through on how to identify our buyers in 1 hour time frame. I don't want this to be too long. Okay, now this is how to identify our buyers. Remember, we are using 1 hour time frame to identify our buyers. The psychology behind it is that we are trying to trade during the section where we have a lot of volume. So now let's assume that you have identified your structure, know where the price is at that particular point, and at the opening of London section, price, the first 1 hour candle closes bullish. This is the first 1 hour candle of the London section, the opening of London section. So we need 2 candles here to determine what will happen in the next remaining candle, and we wait for next 1 hour candle. We are trying to identify the direction of the 4 hour candle, which makes up the London section. So the next candle open here, because where the previous candle closes is the opening of the next candle, and the next candle try to move up. It moves, and you know when it's moving up, it's creating a wick. So it failed to close above this previous candle, then it's left us with a wick, like something of this nature. So what is our next move? What happened here is that this very candle have notified us that this bullish candle, that there's no more momentum for buyers to continue pushing the price up. That's why it closes inside this very body, telling us that sellers are gaining momentum. So how do we anticipate the dash move? All we have to do is just to move down to 1 minute time frame. Moving down to 1 minute time frame, we need to see, because price, this is now the closure, we want to see before candle could go anywhere, it must move up. If this candle if the next 1 hour candle really want to drive down, I don't know if you are seeing this. If the next candle really want to drive down, it must first of all push back inside this very range, because any wick you see in a chart is a range in lower time frame. So the reason why we want to drive inside this zone is to give us confidence that this 1 hour next candle will go what? It will go down, because if you really want to go down, it must first of all move inside this range, tap into a fair value gap or other block, and they do what? And drives down. That's what we'll be expecting. So, but we can't do this in higher time frame. We must move down to lower time frame, like 1 minute or 5 minutes time frame, to see the clear identification of what will happen next. So this is what we'll be expecting in lower time frame, like 1 minute, because this is the closure of this candle. The next candle opens here immediately. So you want price is likely to drive up. If you really want to go down in 1 minute time frame, we see like highs and low, and we expect a market structure shift. Once we see a market structure shift, be it 1 minute or 5 minutes, anyone you want to use, then let's assume we have a fair value gap at this point, that we spot a fair value gap at this point or other block, price is likely to make use of it. But if you don't have it, you can make use of this other flow. Here is our other flow, the last bullish push before the change of character. Then we drive it down to this very end. Sometimes you may target more, but 1:2 is our target. I hope I'm making sense. So 1:2 is better for you, because sometimes you guys don't know that each pair have the number of pips it covers in a day. It can only move more when we have news that's the catalyst that can push price more. But if it doesn't, you only target 1:2 for you to be safe and be your confident. With time, you will see profits exploding in your account. But it must not be always with this form. Our buyers can never be always in this form. So next buyers can also come at this form. So let me delete this and start. You can screenshot this if you want. Next buyers, let's assume we wake up in the morning and someone who trade London session or New York section, and you spot price, the opening of, let's use New York section, the opening of New York section after the closure of London section. Let's assume price opens here with bearish candle. This is bearish candle and another bearish candle. This is the closure and this is another open. So now what do we expect here? This and this give us confidence that the next candle is likely to be bearish as well. So how do we capture this move? Because sometimes if price show you such move, it shows there's a lot of momentum acting in the market. Maybe you have news the previous day. The only way you can capture this move is using breakout. But making sense, this is when we use another form of setup. And this is how the breakout works. Price is likely to drive up before moving down, but it happens so fast sometimes that you can't see. The only thing you have to do here to save yourself not to miss out such move, because once you see it printing bearish or bullish, because we are now using bearish as an example, it's likely that the price got to leave you because everything is acting very fast. We use breakout. So this is what we mean by breakout. We want to see a form of, because you have known the first 1 hour candle, the third one I'll show you the direction, and you're anticipating that the next 3 candle and the 4 candle will be bearish as well. So how do you get in? That's what we'll be anticipating now. We're using breakout. That breakout will be in 5 minutes or 1 minute, but I prefer to use 5 minutes to avoid a lot of noise. So this is how the breakout works. Because this candle closes here and the other one opens here, and this little wick is just a drive in inside this zone to show you that I'm going to continue moving down. Our breakout form will be in this form, because everything happens so fast you can't see such move, because this is a week and just see such. This week I want to represent this week in 5 minutes time frame. You can see something of this nature. Am making sense? So if you have a valid pullback before on this zone, here becomes your entry. It's a breakout, and here becomes your end. Once price breakout from any valid pullback you spot there, you can enter the trade immediately without wasting time. You go short immediately after a closure on this very zone. You can go for breakout immediately. So that's how it works. So there are many example out there, but we have to focus on this. Maybe if you guys find this video valuable, and any of you who want to use this strategy in in 2025. You comment below, I will detail more how to identify buyers if you don't have these familiar ones that I presented today. But I think this is good for you to go. Now I will give just few examples before we go. I try my possible best just to detail things out here. In the example, I don't think I will give more. I will just give few example, maybe 1 or 2 examples. Then you go and backtest. That will give you more confidence for you to believe in what I'm saying. Because if I give more example, people will think it's that easy. So let me go now and give you 1 or 2 example, and I will end the video. So this is gold. The first thing we need to do is just to look at the overall context, which is on 1 hour time frame. And if you can look closely, we are in uptrend. Then after identification, I will move some candle out to show you how it may look like in a live example. So we're in uptrend. Let's assume we're in uptrend. So let me take this out. We're in uptrend, and on this day, price has closed. Whenever after identification of your structure of the market, you can use this very indicator called open and close time vertical. I use it, or you can use section. And if you can look closely here, this is 4 o'clock p.m. If this is 4 o'clock p.m., remember I'm using New York time. This is my time. I always like to use New York. I trade more of New York section. So this is 4 o'clock p.m. and on gold, where is the price? Price was in external range liquidity. I'm sorry this line make messy, but you have to bear with me. I just want to show everything for you not to make mistake. If you can look closely here, price was in external range liquidity. We'll be anticipating where the price will go in the next few hours if we have another candle close. This is open, and we have another candle close. What does this candle tells us? This candle tells us that please, buyers are out, the sellers are stepping in, but this is just a retracement. So you have to be careful. We just want to trade the retracement here, not the main impulsive move, because of the exhaustion of the buyers. So now all you have to do here is just to move down to 5 minutes time frame or 1 minute time frame. Okay, let's use 5 minutes time frame to see what will happen. So now on the 5 minutes time frame, what do we have here? There's no structure yet. There's no valid pullback. Where we have a valid pullback is on this zone. So we have to mark this zone, waiting for price to take it out, or for price to drive up, tap into this resistance, show us double bottom or fake breakout, and we drive it down by changing another market structure on that zone, and we take it down here. But if that doesn't happen, let's see what will happen next. Beautiful. You can see what happens here. Price failed to close below this very higher low, which will cause the change of character. Okay, let's see what happened. Beautiful. We have another candle here that closes below. So how do we get in here now? We don't have any fair value gap. We only have this other block. Why is this other block? Is a valid pullback because price move from here to here, take liquidity and close below. So we have to recognize this candle as valid identity for entry. All I have to do here, for me, this is what I will do, because we just have limited time to be in this market because it's just a retracement. Let me see if we can get in at this point. We are going short at this point here. So just target 1, 2, 2. This is my 1 is 2. Very simple, guys. So let's see if we can get in. Does it happen? Beautiful. You can see we are tapped in now. Let's see if the price will take us to our target. Beautiful, beautiful. You can see how everything happened, guys. So that's how it is. It's very simple if you pay attention to things that to the things I detailed out. The only thing you have to do here is just to watch this video time without number, because this scalping strategy, I don't think there's any scalping out there that's beats it, because you're trading on sections where volume is acting. The catalyst is there to push the price very fast. So this video is now super long. I don't think I will give another example, but for benefit of doubt, I will try to show another example. We have won this trade already. Let me move down to 1 hour time frame to see if we step into another section. So we are now into another section. This is the opening. This is another first 1 hour candle. Let's see another 1 hour candle. You can see what happened. Price have shown us that it's still moving up, because grab liquidity here in this previous 1 hour candle. I didn't show you this type of bias, but you have to learn it here. Whenever you see price, you see bullish candle and the next bearish candle did not move up before closing below. This is what I mean. Did not move up, like price did not move up before closing below. It shows you the strength of buyers are still on. Now you can see that immediately price opens here, it drives down immediately and it close inside this previous 1 hour bullish candle. What this shows you is that buyers are still in. They just grab liquidity. Market just grab liquidity here to have momentum to push. The only way to get involved here is to look for market structure shift. Let me tell you one funny thing here. This is a range. This very weak you see here is a range, and it has changed structure in this very candle. The next thing you'll be looking for is entry. So on this zone, you may have what is called double top, double bottom, or failed swing low that will take you in, and you are only targeting 1:2, and this happening on section. It will be very simple for you to hit your target. I hope I'm making sense. So now, if you can bear with me, let's move down to 5 minutes time frame for you to see the magic. Beautiful. It's all about studying the candlestick. Whenever you have chance, always play with your candlestick. It helps you a lot. So we're anticipating that the next 1 hour candle will be bullish, right? And if you believe, here is what double bottom, and that is failed swing low. Can we get involved here? If you want to get involved, you can get involved, but for you not to be out, to be extremely careful as a trader who knows what he's doing. The only opportunity you have here to get in is this breakout. We want to see a breakout here, but one disadvantage of breakout is that if you're trading breakouts, your reward will reduce. So if I will trade breakout on this very setup, I will only target 1:1. I hope I'm making sense. So let's assume, okay, we have to take the 2 entry here. For those of you who are aggressive traders, we are now taking the first buy. Let's know who will be on the safer side. This is a long position because we have seen this very move. We are now going for long position, which is 1:2. Beautiful. This is a accurate 1:2 because we have identified the buyers. We know that we are driving up. So let's see what will happen. Beautiful. They are in. So we have to wait for candle close if you want to make sure that this is not a fake breakout, and for you not to be tempted, fear of missing out. That is FOMO. But aggressive traders are now in because this is a failed swing low. All we have to do now is to wait for breakout. Do we have any candle close? Beautiful. We have very valid close, and the good thing about what happened here is that we have double range formed. This is the first range and this is the second range. This is the best way to confirm breakout for those of you who are breakout traders. I have confidence now that price is not gonna come back inside this range because another range has formed, telling me that buyers are aggressive. But one disadvantage of this is that I'm going for 1:1. That is one advantage of it. Reason why I'm going for 1:1 is because price have wasted a lot of time ranging here, and the 4-hour section is already elapsing. We have to be conscious of our time because we are trading only 4-hour time frame. I hope I'm making sense. So on this very setup here, I'm going for 1:1, which is not bad because that's what markets gives me at that moment. So this is my entry and our stop loss here. Going for 1:1 is not a bad idea. Your win rate is high because everything is perfect. There's a lot of confluences that give you confidence. So now the only thing I have to do here is that if price move more as an aggressive trader, all you have to do here to save yourself is to move for break even. Remember, the 4 hour is fast approaching. We will soon be out. So let's see if breakout traders are in. Beautiful. Do I have it? Okay, let's see what happened. Beautiful. Okay, let's see what will happen now. Because of this push, aggressive traders, we are moving to break even. You have locked in your profit right now. Let's calculate what these guys are making now. You have locked in your profit because you go for 1:2 because you entered so early. Then conservative traders who trade breakouts to make sure that what happens here is not a trap. That's why they waited for this 1:1. Let's see how it will hit. Are we going to have a nice day? Beautiful. So the TP hit for those of you who go for 1:1. Reason why we go for 1:1, remember I always tell you, you must be conscious of time. 4 hours is already out. It's almost elapsing. You can see breakout traders, they win. Aggressive traders, they win as well if they can take at least 50% of their profit because of time. If they take 50% of their profit, it's not a bad trade. So this is where I will end it. I don't think I have to go more further on this. It's left for you to go and back this. It's left for you to come and ask me question in comment section. If you appreciate what I'm doing, support me by liking this video, because what I'm giving out here is what most of you pay thousands of dollars to have, but we are giving out for free just to help the young trader from self-destruction. Share this video for people to get engaged in pure education they need as a trader. See you soon in my next video. Bye for now.